Folks, what is up and welcome back to another episode of Ace Attorney with an Actual Lawyer. I'm your host, Zach, joined by our voice actor, Wes?
Maybe.
He literally just walked, he doesn't have his headphones, he can't hear me yet. And our actual lawyer, Pridge.
What if I too just stayed completely silent?
I think I was going crazy then. Folks, if you like this, please consider watching it live on YouTube every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And hey, from all of us here at Save Data Team, a really quick, big personal thanks, because today we officially hit 69,420 subscribers. Truly the funniest number of subscribers that we could hit until we get to a much, much higher number. But thank you all so much for supporting us and getting us here. It's awesome that we get to do this, and then you all enjoy us so much and hang out with us and have fun. And hey, if you wanted to support us, the best way to do so is head over to patreon.com/SaveDataTeam, where you can send us some money and get yourself some cool things in return, such as getting your name included in this Patreon song. Thank 'em, gotta thank 'em all. Gotta thank 'em all, our Patreons. Burger Bun, Mr. Cola Bun, Andy Cosmo, Cuddy, Paul, Lucha, and Sofino. HSN, Ernest, Marks, The Jester, Yane Love, Logan 01, Jack Warner. Witch Tower, Kevin, Asian, Selfaria, Arky, Forensic, Beckner, Cole, Smart, Alec, Mystic, Woody. Leprechaun, Jacob Bell, Crimson, Chrissy, Shabber, Steam Rider, Shadow Davi, Soul Masters, BBC, What, and Sherlock's, Mr. Mocha, Sailor, Ami, Borshock, Fifi, Annabelle, Ghost, Fluff, Duff, Dog, Winch, Memory, Jacob, Garcia, Mega Zero, and Boomer, Emily. Plethora of penguins and who need to sleep, Alea, Yakta, Est, Ever, Entropy, JFJ, Quill, and Maho Stars, The Driver, 458, Tasty Marbar. Jack Warner, Ezra, Crest, Dog to be chosen, Dan, Mickey, Animation, Crew, Knight, and JC, Boxing, Tim. Dessert Boy Man, Elijah Sly, Rick Rat, Katja, Traveling in a Box, and Snowcat, Conjuring, Scribes, Yo, Croissant, Fulfilla, Written Word, Wraith, Mercury, Sibylla. Thank 'em, gotta thank 'em all. Gotta thank 'em all, our Patreons. But with that all out of the way, let's get back into the game. We last left, and the judge was like, "Okay, we'll take a 3-minute break." Or whatever.
Actually, we're getting the fingerprint. We're getting the fingerprints on the on the branded perfume bottle that could only possibly belong to one person.
Exactly. Yeah.
Of course. Very well, then. I guess we'll wait. We'll just wait right here.
So fucking cool.
It would seem the fingerprint analysis is complete. Finally! What do the results show? What in the world?
They're Florent L'Belle's prints, aren't they?
This is absurd!
They actually don't belong to him, even though they're his. That's wild. Prosecutor Blackwell? I'm not going to like this, am I?
These prints belong to none other than Tenma. Oh, goddammit! We have the yokai's prints on file.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be prints. They'd just be several, like scratch marks.
Yeah.
There's just several claw marks on them.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The ballistic markings of a bird.
Don't tell me they're Tenmataro's prints. Fingerprint analysis has revealed that the prints belong to dun-dun.
Simon Blackwell.
I swear to God, if it's not him, then like, what are they doing this for? Okay, good.
Phineas Filch.
Objection!
Wait, what? What?
Then Mr. L'Belle wasn't the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber?
Objection!
Oh, you gotta slam a little harder than that, Simon.
I thought they were gonna break too.
Uh-huh. Why, you tricksy little tanuki! Explain yourself now! Sure, the prints are mine. I mean, I did pilfer that hand cream from Mr. L'Belle after all.
Wait, Mr. Filch, but how did you figure out the puzzle to get into the chamber? That was like impossible.
Really stupid.
Wow.
You mean the really stupid easy one?
No, I don't know what you're
Filch
talking
must have
about.
an insanely high IQ.
So you're the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber?
So what if I did? Got a problem with it? Big whoop, want to fight about it? Guys? You fool of a tanuki! Order! Order! Mr. Justice, care to explain what this could mean?
Excellent question. The fact that Mr. Filch was in the Forbidden Chamber... Wait a second. Does this mean the Ten Mataro holding that staff was Phineas Filch?
Yipes! Another cat out of the bag!
First off, I'm shocked that that is the truth. Technically, I'm more shocked that he openly admitted this easily.
Mr. Filch is Ten Mataro?
Unless this is a
Now
lie.
he needs... Now his whole thing needs to change. He needs to go...
I don't understand. Does this mean Mr. Filch is the real killer? No.
The witness will explain himself this instant.
It's so
I think the
obvious.
answer is yes.
Begging your pardon, your honorship, but I was just doing what the alderman told me.
Okay.
He wanted me to beat Ten Mataro in the village exorcism ritual.
Oh, you mean that event at the Ninetails Vale Festival? So that was you inside the Ten Mataro costume?
Yep. And after the event, I went to watch that pro wrestling program.
But I didn't take off the outfit.
But it bored me to tears on account of the wrestlers being complete jobbers.
That's such a good
I don't
line.
think you can say that, Filch.
What kind of jobs were they doing? Like, with their hands or, so,
Or with their feet.
Jesus Christ. So, he didn't actually watch the entire wrestling match.
That's when I looked at the Ten Mataro costume and got a great idea. Nobody can tell it's me when I'm wearing it, except for the fact that everybody told me to wear it, so they would assume that it was in fact me. And 'cause of them superstitions, no matter what I do, the villages won't say a word.
Oh, I think that's a typo.
Oh, wow.
0
Well, that's-
out of 10.
Yowzers.
Wait, what typo?
Yikes.
Villages. Shouldn't
Oh,
it be
the
villagers?
villages. Yeah, the villagers. Oh, man.
Because the only other reason would be if he's
God.
talking about the people from both Ninetails Vale and whatever the fuck the other place is called. But I think it's meant to be
but
villagers.
That didn't make any sense.
Yeah. Shit, alright, well, let's cancel this game and just start playing Investigations 2.
I was literally using all the villagers' credit cards to buy V-Bucks, and they couldn't do nothing about it. In other words, you use the superstitions to effectively render yourself... I thought he was going to say invincible. Invisible.
Why did you want to enter the Forbidden Chamber in the first place?
'Cause of the treasure there. thought that was my big chance to sneak on in and nab it.
Treasure?
Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there.
He went in there not knowing his grandfather had already pilfered it?
Guess that's one tale that didn't get passed down from grandpappy to grandson.
Wait, how exactly did you get into the Forbidden Chamber? Seriously, did you solve that fox puzzle? There was a meeting in the fox chamber that day. Plus, the mayor swallowed the only key that could open the Forbidden Chamber's door. You couldn't have possibly gotten in.
I could through the air vent in the foyer. The vent's left in the alderman's picture. I went on in and made a nice little hole.
Wait, so the grate up there goes into that little tiny side vent?
Also, I don't buy that he could reach that. He's a tiny man. Is he supposed to be a little baby man?
He's also a tiny man, but that vent in the room was smaller than him, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Use that to get into the air duct that leads to the Forbidden Chamber, I did.
You what?
But how's that even possible? Wait a sec.
I guess it was bigger than I remembered.
Remember that air vent in the Forbidden Chamber? So, Mr. Filch found a way to get into that air duct. And that's how he got from the foyer vent to the Forbidden Chamber vent.
So Tenmataro was nothing more than a cat burglar. Or rather, a tanuki burglar. And we're back to being without anyone to charge for the alderman's murder.
Looks like our so-called yokai is nothing more than one big troublemaker.
Tell me, Mr. Filch, what did you do after fleeing to the foyer?
I got out of that costume right quick. Would have just caused trouble at that point.
And where is that costume now?
Heck if I know. And it ain't my fault if you never find it.
What?
The police searched every nook and cranny. No yokai costume was left in that manor.
What if it was tossed outside the manor?
Oh, yeah.
What? No way! But maybe, just maybe, how the fuck is this humanless thing just gonna fly like that, though?
The defense seems to have hit upon an idea. Well, go on, Mr. Justice.
Okay, here's what I think. Mr. Filch, did you get rid of that costume here? Out the window?
Out the window.
Out the window.
Did you toss it out the window? Because that would certainly explain why it didn't turn up inside the manor.
You think I tossed it out the window? That costume cost me a pretty penny. So why would I go and do something like that?
I can think of a few reasons.
Any bright ideas, Apollo?
Well, assuming the costume really was tossed out from the window, the next question would be, what happened to it after that? And if I'm right, I might have just the thing to prove what happened to the costume. Phineas Filch! I have just the evidence for you.
You do?
This evidence proves you got rid of your Tenmataro costume through the window.
But what about to the wall?
But how sweaty are your,
Tanuki balls.
Yeah, it's true. They're giant and sweaty.
Yeah, they're pretty big. I can imagine they get pretty sweaty.
That's Tenmataro flying through the sky? And just how does that prove Mr. Filch threw his costume out the window?
It's quite simple. That's not Tenmataro in the photo. Yeah, no shit, Apollo. It's the costume Mr. Filch threw out.
No, I think it's Tenmataro.
Oh, that's crazy talk. You ain't serious, are you?
There's a steep cliff right outside the foyer window, meaning the manor is pretty high up. The costume flew through the air after it was tossed out. That's when this photo was taken. In other words, the photo of Tenmataro really was a flight of fancy.
Oh.
Get it?
What? Yikes!
Why did you say yikes?
Oh my! So there really never was a yokai. I knew it the whole time. Oh, I can't keep any of them cats bagged. Can I still file a claim for the lost costume?
We're trying to steal. This more than proves the defense's position. Jinxie Tenma had nothing to do with the staging of the yokai sighting.
Care to raise any objections, Prosecutor Blackwill?
None whatsoever.
Hey.
I'll deal with that tricksy Tanuki after I've dealt with this case.
Nope, you're going back to jail. We did it!
Get going. Now all we have to do is make Florent L'Belle take the stand.
Objection!
Clang, clang. Sheathing the sword a bit early, are we not?
Huh?
Nothing has been proven beyond a doubt. Take this tricksy little Tanuki, for instance. How do you suppose he was able to exit the Forbidden Chamber?
Probably the same way he got in. Through the chamber's air vent. No, he couldn't have done that.
And what are the feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime? They would suggest that the Tanuki exited through the chamber door, not the air vent.
Objection!
But the Forbidden Chamber doesn't open from the inside. So what you're saying makes no sense. Right?
Someone on the outside opened the door for you. Isn't that right?
Yep, that's right, Mr. Blackjack. The door suddenly sprung right open.
I like that.
Mr. Blackjack.
Hold it!
Actually, I would love it if there was like a gambling-obsessed prosecutor character. Make that the next gimmick in Ace Attorney 9.
Yeah?
Gambler.
It's not 9, but you know what I mean. Sprung right open? Who was on the other side?
Didn't get a good look on account of the sudden glare.
Like how the reflection from my head blinds fellow moviegoers emerging from the dark.
What?
Well, you know, at least he's self-aware.
What an incredible pointless line.
Yeah. You get it? He's bald, everybody. He's bald.
He's bald!
That's when I snatched that staff and made my daring escape. And then that little maid gal spotted me as I hightailed it down the hall.
That means the Forbidden Chamber wasn't opened until after the crime was discovered.
But wait. We still don't know who opened it. Maybe there really was a third person in the Fox chamber.
Objection!
A third person on the Foxy Knoll.
Yeah.
Well, you little tanuki. When the Forbidden Chamber opened, did you see the accused passed out there?
Nope. Only one there was the alderman. He was dead as a doornail.
If the accused wasn't there, what do you suppose he was up to?
Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going.
Don't tell me.
No, really, don't tell me. I want to guess.
This is fun.
Ooh, what fun.
Plainly, the only one who could have opened the Forbidden Chamber was the accused, Damien Tenma.
No. Ugh! It's gonna be Dingus McPringus L'Belle.
Wait a second! It was Dingus McPringus L'Belle! We haven't talked about his involvement in the case yet.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's favorite character,
Let me
Dingus McPringus.
Let me find him in the fucking...
Oh, yeah, how old is he? He's only
Dingus
33?
Fuck off! I can't be the same age as this guy.
Wait, is he the same age as Phoenix?
Yeah. Phoenix is 34.
He's
yeah.
younger than
Wow.
Phoenix. That's
Wild.
wild that he's younger than
Should be
Phoenix.
illegal.
Yeah.
Also, how old is Black Quill?
28.
28,
Yeah, I
okay.
remember this because it's like, no fucking way this guy is this young.
This guy's not 6 years younger than Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There had to be somebody else besides Mayor Tenma there.
Really? And who might that be?
Oh,
Objection!
well that would be Dingus McPringus.
Seems our feisty little lass has forgotten the most important thing. Evidence.
Dingus McPringus has been dead for 20 years. I didn't forget. I was just testing your attention to detail?
That was good.
Ms. Sykes, you can't prove your point without proof of some sort. It's a proven fact.
Okay, video game.
Sorry. Guess I put my foot in my mouth again.
No, Athena. We're definitely on to something here.
We are?
Think about it. Filch was stuck
I
inside
really
the
was just
Forbidden
making shit
Chamber.
up.
I want to emphasize, I was truly just bullshitting.
Filch was stuck inside the chamber. One of the alibis we heard would no longer hold any water. That's actually a good point. The defense would like to call a new witness to the stand. Someone who knew Mr. Filch was stuck in the Forbidden Chamber. And by virtue of knowing this, has an alibi that no longer adds up.
Ah. Oh, I see. Ah, not that insufferable.
Very well. The court will hear what Mr. Justice has to say. Whose alibi no longer adds up?
Pringus McDingus.
The man himself.
All right, you found me out. I'm actually Dingus McPringus, twin brother of Pringus McDingus, and I've been using his alias this whole time to get revenge for his untimely murder.
So you and your twin have the exact same names, but the first name and last name are swapped.
Exactly.
Don't judge
It was
our
the
weird.
perfect crime.
Don't judge our weird family.
It's a family tradition.
We're just fucking weird like that.
My father's name was Prongus McDongus, but my uncle's name was Dongus McProngus.
Yeah, I can't see any other. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Everyone in the chat is like, oh, it's meeny miny again. I was like, yep, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, you're right. You're actually totally right.
Why, that's That's the defendant's aide, Florent L'Belle.
Thank you.
Didn't he claim to be in the foyer at the time of the crime?
True, but in his alibi, he also claimed Mr. Filch was in the foyer too. However, as we all know now, Mr. Filch was not in there with Mr. L'Belle at that time. Not.
He was in there with Mr. L'Belle, not.
In short, Mr. L'Belle's alibi has disappeared.
Where'd it go? Gah!
Florent L'Belle's alibi was one big lie. Isn't that right, Mr. Filch?
I reckon there ain't no keeping that cat in the bag here, neither.
My name's actually been Fungus McDungus.
We can't keep getting away with this.
It was all Mr. Dingus's idea. He told me he'd button his lip about me breaking into the forbidden chamber. And in return, he said we'd vouch for each other's alibi. Shame on you, Mr. Filch. Perjury is a serious crime, you know.
Not in this universe, it's not. Or at least it's not treated as a serious thing, because every motherfucker does it.
Aw, shucks. Mercy, your honorship, mercy!
I also assert that the person who opened the Forbidden Chamber for Mr. Filch was none other than Florent L'Belle. After all, his alibi has just been proven to be a complete fabrication.
I see. We will take a 20-minute recess. After which time we will see what Mr. L'Belle has to say for himself.
Yes! We're finally going to drag that slippery snake onto the stand.
Sneaky, slithery little snake.
Snake.
In the meantime, the prosecution will question Mr. L'Belle about these new allegations.
Okay.
We did it, Apollo! We finally dragged Mr. L'Belle into court!
Yeah.
Hey, why the long face?
I can't help but feel like I'm missing something important. Plus, Prosecutor Blackwell's bound to make a counterattack.
You really are a worrywart, aren't you? It'll be fine. That mystery figure who opened up the Forbidden Chamber for Mr. Filch
What, the what chamber?
had to have been Florent L'Belle.
I know, but that's not what's bugging me. I wish I could put my finger on it, though.
At any rate, then big showdown with Mr. L'Belle is up next. So chin up, Apollo.
Oh, is that like the shortest recess in the history
Yeah,
of this
I was
franchise?
like, wow,
That was like
that was
maybe
so
8 lines.
Incredible.
Yeah. Also, the Luke Sub gifted $5 saying, every time L'Belle swaps hair colors, that's actually one of his various members of his extended family. That's pretty good. I like that. It's a prestige situation. You never know if you're dealing with Pringus McDingus or Dingus McPringus. You can only tell by their hair colors. Speaking of changing hair colors.
Court is back in session. Our next witness is... Oh, it's the Joker, baby.
It is the Joker, baby.
The baby?
Yes, I'm acting on behalf of the mayor in this very important matter.
It seems the witness is predisposed at the moment.
Surely you jest. I will hold you to your promise, remember that. Oh, my deepest apologies. This is Florent L'Belle, personal aide to Mayor Tenma. Or should I say, the accused.
Ouch! The poor mayor hasn't suffered enough!
Well, what business do you have with me? I'm a very busy man, so let's make this as brief as possible.
Your boldness. Ah, right. Mr. Filch's testimony has revealed a hole in your alibi. And for this reason, you are suspected of having some sort of connection with the case at hand.
To think I'd be associated with this entirely lurid affair.
Oh, God.
Well, I'm not. So may I go now? I have very important matters to attend to.
Did he just, like, instantly mute those phones?
Yeah, wow. Put him on red.
It's crazy.
Objection!
I don't think so, Mr. L'Belle. Do you realize what a serious crime you've committed?
Witness, you are being accused of perjury. This is your chance to clear the air.
Fine. The truth is, I faked my alibi for a very good reason.
Okay, so you committed perjury. Cool. Appreciate that.
Because if I
The
didn't,
mayor
I'd
was
go to jail, and I
obvious.
don't want to.
The mayor was obviously the killer, so I created a fake alibi to confuse the matter. You see,
What?
as his personal aide, I felt I had to protect him. Sorry!
That was good. You think this is funny? Without your alibi, you're a suspect too!
I
You
mean, he's
really-
the Joker, so of course he thinks it's funny.
What were you really doing at the time of the crime?
Peasant! How dare you accuse me of
Sorry. That was
one of the beautiful people of being...
Stop stalling and tell the court what you were really doing at the time of the crime.
Silence!
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay, well. Enough jabbering. Swords have been drawn. The time for talk is past.
Well, he's about to give us a cross-examination, so talking is explicitly
So he's
what
going to be
do.
talking a lot.
Swords? What swords? You don't have a sword!
This is a duel to the death. The fate of the accused rests in our hands. A duel of fates.
There it goes.
Begone, ye of cowardly heart. The battlefield hath no place for ye.
Again?
Oh my.
Spare me, please!
So much for sturdier shackles. Ah!
Those chains hindered my vow that heads would roll this day.
This gives keeping your head on in court a whole new meaning. Ah!
Will the witness please deliver the accused's death knell? You know of what I speak.
You could just ask him to testify, Blackwell.
Most certainly. His goose is already cooked. Time to stick a fork in him.
Whatever he has to say can't be good.
As I told Prosecutor Blackwell during the recess, I rushed right over to the Fox chamber when I heard little Jinxie scream.
What?
Then, a drum roll please, I saw Mayor Tenma opening the forbidden chamber doors.
But...
There you have it. The mystery man who opened the chamber door, as witnessed by one Phineas Filch.
Objection!
It was the accused. There was never any third party. Oh, and that's not all. I heard something quite startling there at the scene of the crime.
Startling sounds bad.
The mayor, who was barely conscious, muttered this. Forgive me, Jinxie. I killed the alderman.
God damn it. He didn't say that.
That's right. The mayor actually confessed to the murder right then and there.
He confessed? Order! Order in the court! This is quite conclusive testimony if it stands.
Just so. And quite astonishing, I might add. I only learned of this fact during the recess. I just love surprises, don't you? That's why I saved the best for last. Consider it a gift from me to you.
No way. I don't believe Mr. L'Belle heard the mayor confess.
But is this really true? Did Mayor Tenma really confess?
It is indeed. During that last recess, I confirmed it with the mayor's daughter.
Jinxie, why the fuck would you tell him this?
We asked you
See,
not
Mayor.
to!
It would seem Mayor Tenma actually did confess.
Jinxie, do you want your dad to go to jail?
That testimony is quite favorable to the prosecution's...
This is L'Belle? Yes, I called earlier about the party reservations. That's right. And I'll be calling my little shindig Mayor Tenma's Conviction Gala. A splendid time is guaranteed for all. All but the mayor in his defense.
Fuck off.
As it seems our witness is a very busy man, let's get right to his testimony.
Wasn't that his testimony?
Mr. L'Belle, please tell us what you saw when you came upon the scene of the crime.
God damn it. Alright, what did L'Belle see? Saw.
I was in the hallway, hiding in the shadows. That's when I heard the confession.
Why?
Upon learning of her father's crime, little Jinxie fled without ever noticing me. Immediately after that, the mayor came to, stood up, and opened the forbidden chamber. As I ran in terror, the demon emerged from his prison. In shock, I fled down the hallway to my right, to the one with the phone at the end.
Why would you choose to go to a dead end if you're running from a demon?
I must say, this is a shocking revelation. Quite unexpected. To think the defendant actually confessed then and there to his crime.
Perhaps the guilt was too much to bear, so he confided in his daughter.
You do realize you should not have withheld such crucial testimony from the court.
Once again, sorry! It's just, I feared being accused if I mentioned coming upon that most unpleasant scene.
That's such bullshit. Like, if you mentioned it like this, you'd... whatever. Why did the mayor's confession have to be brought up by this guy? This guy.
We better do something before the judge declares the mayor guilty.
As a death row inmate once told me in years gone by, there is a time to fight and a time to yield, a time to live and a time to die.
A time to live, a time to live, a time to know, a time to heal. A time to gather stones together.
He's laying it on real thick now.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Thank you. Well, the bell
So,
song.
is it the fact that Jinxie was where the phone was?
Yeah, do we have something that proves that? Oh. Past each other in the hall. She made for the foyer. Was carrying a staff like implement. She couldn't help but call because there was... Oh, yeah, okay. There was no one else. One, she says there was no one else in the hall. She was also at the phone, so yeah, that does... That do be it. Also, you have literally 2 cell phones attached to your body at all times. Why would you do that?
These can only get incoming calls.
Oh, okay.
Objection!
Gotcha.
Florent L'Belle, you're lying about having witnessed these events from the hallway.
What on earth do you mean?
Yes. Care to fill the rest of us in, Mr. Justice?
Mr. L'Belle had really fled down into the hall with the phone in it. He would have crossed paths with Miss Tenma.
What's this?
After she discovered the crime scene, she immediately went to call the police. Then, after making her call, she went back to the main hallway, whereupon she encountered the demon, yokai, or whatever you call it.
Demon yokai!
As for me, I call it Phineas Filch in a Tenmataro costume. Sure, Apollo. The encounter happened right here, where the hallways meet. As for Mr. L'Belle, if he had fled there, feigning escape from the yokai imposter... Why... Oh.
Why, yes. The two would have crossed paths.
Right. Except Miss Tenma told us that there was no one else in the hall. In short, Miss Tenma did not see you in the hall because you were never really there.
My eyes! My beautiful eyes!
That's good. I forgot that was his thing. Ha! Not such a fabulous scent now, is it?
But, Mr. Justice, the witness also stated that he heard the mayor confess. If he was lying about hearing the confession from the hall, then where was he when he heard it?
Inside the Fox Chamber. Where else?
A doy, Your Honor.
A toy.
A Mame Doi, Your Honor.
But isn't that within the very crime scene?
It is, Your Honor. And that means he's not really a witness. Rather, he's the third party I've been alleging this whole time.
What? You think I'm the killer? How dare you?
Silence!
Oh, God damn it.
Just because it's true, doesn't mean don't think it's really rude to suggest it.
Foolish fop. A true man knows when he is beaten.
Wow, you learned one more word than Franziska. I'm really proud of you, Blackwood.
Wow.
What a growth.
A shield of lies comes to naught before a foe with a sword of truth bared. Prosecutor Blackwell, What are you? I thought we were on the same side.
Foolish Blackwell, you brought a truth sword to a Danganronpa fight.
You are mistaken. There are no sides here, save for my cold, steely edge of judgment. You are alone upon this battlefield, with naught but your lies and sickly sweet perfume.
Bro, please stop. You're, like, not supposed to spray that much. Oh my god, that's just terrible. Whoa, what just happened? Blackwell's really tearing into him.
You heard the mayor's confession from the inside, did you not, you deviant dandy?
Deviant dandy.
That's good. For the sole location from which you could have seen and heard the mayor and the Tanuki. Without either of them noticing you, were right there in the fox chamber.
Oh my god, more like Florent L'Belle.
Stop
Got
spraying
him.
that eau de farts.
Got him. Whoa.
Got him. We just can't stop
Oh my.
getting guys.
So that's how it's going to be. Fine. I'll come clean then.
Seriously? You admit to being there in the fox chamber?
I do. I did enter the room after the murder. But I was afraid of being falsely accused, so I lied about it. I feel terrible about lying like that, but it's a verbal cologne I use to protect myself.
Verbal cologne. What the fuck are you even saying?
I like that though. That's a good line.
It's sure it's his personality, and he has to stick by that, and I respect him for it. But he's stinky.
But he still smells like eau de farts.
You better explain yourself, Mr. L'Belle. You got some splaining to do.
Yes, of course. I was just about to get to that. The witness is... I thought skating was stinking for a second.
The witness is stinking on thin ice. The witness is skating on thin ice. I remind you that perjury is a very serious crime. Now, let's hear your testimony again. This time without your perfume of lies.
Perfume of lies.
Your perfume of lies.
Okay.
I did enter the fox chamber after the murder. But I didn't enter until after Jinxie had heard the confession and left. I heard the mayor groan and hid behind the folding screen there.
Oh, you mean the one with the two foxes on
What I saw there up close, it was absolutely horrifying. So you see, I was there, but merely watching from behind the screen.
From behind the screen? Yes, I believe you wouldn't be spotted if you were there.
Just so. He could see everything without being spotted by the victim or that Tanuki Filch. Suffice to say, he was a mere witness to the events, rather than an actual third party.
This guy's as slippery as an eel.
Apollo, you think he's telling the truth?
No.
Yeah, I think so. No, you idiot!
Well, he was in the fox chamber, so at least that much must be true.
The defense may cross-examine our slightly voyeuristic witness.
What?
Oh my! Oh my!
Is it normal for the judge to just comment on the witness's fetishes? Like,
Yeah, is it weird for the judge to kink shame
kink
people?
shame?
Don't king shame me, Judge.
Okay. Did enter the Fox Chamber after the murder. Didn't enter until after Jinxie had heard the confession and left. I heard the mayor groan and hid behind the folding screen. What I saw up close was absolutely horrifying. Okay, well, what did you see?
Hold it!
Can you elaborate? Could you describe the crime scene in a
Summarize
bit
for
more detail?
And what exactly would you like details about?
Well, what I'd like to ask you about is...
The Forbidden Chamber.
Sure. Could you please describe the Forbidden Chamber at the time?
It was shut tight until the mayor opened it.
He's really trying to stress that it was the mayor who opened the Forbidden Chamber.
That big liar! He opened it himself!
Oh, if looks could kill, L'Belle would be toast.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider his statement to be of any importance?
Is it important? I feel like it's gonna be one of the other ones. It's probably not particularly important. No, Your Honor. The witness may proceed.
All right, then. I would just like to add that it was a terribly grisly scene, as I have described.
Okay, was there? Alright, let me go back and get one of those other ones.
Hold it!
The murder weapon.
Yeah, it was a spear, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Could you describe the state of the weapons that have been used at the scene?
The spear had been thrust all the way through Alderman Cubey. Then there was that statue the alderman used to bludgeon Mayor Tenma.
Oh, he's gonna say something about the thing.
That incredibly inspiring symbol had fallen to the floor. Oh, because he
doesn't know.
He doesn't know
Yeah.
that it was busted.
Oh, right. The statue. But why would he find it inspiring? Well, he didn't know it broke. He saw it before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why exactly did you find the statue inspiring?
Well, when I saw that statue, I felt as if the merger had been realized. It was like a celebration of union between town and village, an inspiring symbol of goodwill.
A broken statue next to a bloody corpse. Real inspiring.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider his statement to be of any importance?
Yeah, let's get his ass. I believe that to be extremely important. I request that it be added to the testimony.
The statue had fallen to the floor. It was a token of goodwill celebrating the municipal merger.
Alright, well, hey, when you would have went into the room, it was not.
Objection!
Yep.
Gotcha.
Your lies have finally betrayed you, Mr. L'Belle. Take this L, Belle.
What possibly could you mean?
You said this statue was, quote, like a celebration of union between town and village. Isn't that correct?
It is indeed. But what of it? The two yokai are joining hands in goodwill. As if they were celebrating the municipal merger. He doesn't know, chat.
No, don't tell him.
Does he know?
No one tell him.
Something the matter?
So, how did you really know that this statue was meant to be a symbol of goodwill again?
What? Justice Dono, explain yourself, and make it quick.
This statue was meant to symbolize goodwill in its original form, but that was a secret.
A secret? Whatever do you mean?
What I mean is that it broke when someone used it to strike Mayor Tenma on the head. What's left clearly makes it look like the two yokai are battling it out. The statue's secret and its true form were lost inside that locked room. For Miss Tenma is the only living soul who should know what it once looked like. So, Mr. L'Belle, where could you have possibly seen this statue in its original form?
What do you mean? Where?
The only possible answer is this. You saw the statue in its original form right there in the room where the alderman was murdered before it was broken.
How dare you! Mr. Justice, are you accusing the witness with some sort of crime?
I feel like he could also just say, like, oh, I'm the mayor's aide, so I knew about the statue.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm surprised that it's like, I'd seen it before and I know what its original meaning is.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty flimsy.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, I am.
The crime of being stinky and cringe.
It's a brutal one, too. You can't come back from that.
You get 25 to life.
What's the average sentence for being stinky and cringe?
It's a good 15 to 30 years.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
Florent
And
L'Belle!
tack a fine onto that?
I accuse you of the murder of Alderman Rex Cuby.
Order! Order! Mr. L'Belle, you've been accused of murder. Do you have anything to say in your defense?
How could you possibly accuse me, the embodiment of beauty?
Way to go, Apollo! This is the conclusive evidence we needed! Magnifico!
Also, looking at his body again, I'm like, how little do you think his body is inside these giant fucking shoulder pads that he has on? Like,
oh,
he takes this jacket off and he's just like a stick.
I like to think he's a little twig. He's a little twig man.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he's definitely a little twig, man.
We've got you now! We know you killed the alderman! Now admit it!
Silence.
Enough of your silly games, Justice Dono. This prancing peacock could not possibly be the killer.
Objection!
He likes alliteration a lot. I'm noticing this today. What are you talking about? His alibi has already crumbled to dust! And I just proved that he was in the Fox chamber while it was still locked tight.
Silence.
Why could he have not seen the statue in its true form before the murder?
Oh, here, he's gotta bail him out.
After all, he was close friends with the alderman.
Okay.
Ergo.
Oh, you said ergo. That's a certified Edgeworth moment.
There we go.
Yes, that's right. I clearly remember it now. Alderman Cuby told me about it. About what the statue actually looked like. I mean, he was a good friend of mine.
He's in the fucking audience like, Caw! He fucking hated you!
Objection!
Yeah, right. He wouldn't show you a secret gift just like that.
Silence.
Moreover, it has already been proven that he was not present at the scene of the crime.
It has?
Think. Forgotten, have we? Recall the little scamp's statement, if you will. When Jinxie Tenma unlocked the Fox Chamber, she saw the alderman and the mayor collapsed therein, and no one else.
Dang it!
The fact is, it was you two who made that apparent in yesterday's court session.
He literally could have still been hiding behind the fucking thing. Like, he just said he was. Like...
Thus, Florent L'Belle could not possibly have been in that locked room.
I do like that they both get to yell together. It's fun doing that with you, Bridge. I just don't get it. How could Jinxie not have seen L'Belle?
The proof is incontrovertible. No room for debate exists.
It's explicitly what we're here for, Blackwell.
No.
No, you.
No room
I
for
say
debate.
no. Am I not right? I thought the judge was saying this to himself. Am I not right? Is there something wrong with me, everyone?
Am I bald?
Well, yes, but...
We still love you. Am I not right, your boldness? It does seem awfully conclusive. The facts point to the defendant and victim being the only people in that locked room. Moreover, the defendant has already confessed.
Objection! Silence.
That was good.
You cannot defend the indefensible. Your role in this charade is over, Justice Dono.
What?
Your boldness. This trial would last an eternity if we were to keep crossing blades with these simpletons. It is high time you brought down the hammer of justice. A point well made. I believe it's time to declare a verdict.
No.
This court finds the defendant, Damien Tenma.
Who's the objection gonna come from?